Good morning, happy Tuesday, grand rising to you all. How are you all doing today? I'm Pastor KZ with the All About Favorite channel. Thank you for watching. Welcome those of you who are new to the channel. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. I'll notify you when I upload new videos. Thank you all my current subscribers and supporters. Okay, also don't forget eyewear alert. You all seem to like this frame. I'm on the fence about it, but depending on how you all review it on the scale of 1 to 5, put the number in the comments section. The bigger frames, for some reason, I guess it feels weird to me, but y'all seem to like the bigger frames. What you think? Don't forget, this week, my colors for the week is pink. All pink this week. All right. Remember yesterday I got started and I told you this week we're going to do all pink. I wear pink not only just because I like the color and it's one of my favorites, but again in October, I will rerun the pink, in commemoration with the Susan B. Komen for breast cancer awareness. I want to give a PSA right now. Ladies, those of you who have yet to get your mammograms, go ahead and get that scheduled. All right. Don't forget, you can email me, walkinfavor61@yahoo.com. The topics for all this week will be about self-care. Self-care. And remember, I get my topics from your emails. Whatever you tell me you want to talk about or hear about, that's where I get my topics from. Now, I just want to do a disclaimer. All of the information I give, all of my content for each show is purely just my opinion. I'm not offering any medical advice or professional advice of any kind. So, please, if I give you some things that you may want to try and may work for you, great. But I also am a proponent. If you need to get therapy, please go ahead and find you a good therapist. Now, exactly what is self-care? Self-care, just in my opinion, means taking care of yourself emotionally or mentally, physically, spiritually, socially, and financially. You have got to do those 5 things. If you don't take care of yourself, nobody else will. It's no one else's responsibility for your self-care but you. And you've got to love yourself enough to say, you know what? I got to take care of me. It's great that you take care of everybody else and you do a lot of things for other people. But what you're doing may not be the healthiest route for you. And I'm just here this week to offer you just a few nuggets, just a little bit of tips and tools that you can use. Now, when we're talking about self-care, it consists of maintaining healthy routines in your day-to-day life, such as your sleeping patterns. A lot of you have insomnia real bad. You're up and down. You don't sleep through the night. Also, self-care involves a healthy lifestyle, eating healthier, doing some exercises. Also, what are you choosing to place your energy into? Some of you spend a whole lot of time worrying about things that you have no control over. And so we're going to talk about this all this week because you've got to start making better choices. Not only you, I have to do the same thing. I don't give you topics that don't apply to me sometimes. So you've got to choose to do some different things or do some things, modify some things that you're currently doing. And not just things you feel like on the back burner, it should stay there. But some of you got to do the work and take care of some things going on with you mentally and emotional stuff that you stuff back, hidden away, tucked away safely so you don't have to deal with it or you don't have to relive that pain, shame, or hurt. Some of those things is affecting your current self-care. So we got to get to work on that. Also, you got to start learning to have hobbies and enjoy your life. You know what? You only got one. And it doesn't mean every day has to be a struggle. Every day has to be something negative. Every day is a sad day. Life is meant to be lived. You can't just get stuck in a rut. Anybody agree? Now, there are some key components to self-care I want to just review briefly. But I want to ask you this: why do you think self-care is important? Why don't you write that down in your journals? Why is my self-care important? I don't see no paper or pens going. Why is my self-care important? Well, just my opinion. I feel that society has led us to overwork. You know, some people are working 2 and 3 jobs. Some people are working loads of overtime. Everything is hustle and bustle. There's so much competition, either for jobs, competition in attire. So many of the younger people are just scraping and scrambling, taking all of their money to pay $5,000 for a ticket concert. They're not paying their rent, or they working these gig jobs. Also, society has people, the housing market is off the roof, rent is off the roof, so people got to struggle and hustle to make more and more money, and they're stressing out because they don't have anything left over, y'all. A lot of people are not in that elite group. A lot of people struggle to make ends meet. So we got that going on. You got the economic system and budget stretched to the max. That in itself can mess with your self-care, because if your money not right, you ain't gonna be feeling right. Because you know, man, you have to make a decision. Do I get my medication, or do I pay my electric bill? Do I pay my car insurance, or do I buy groceries for this month? So a lot of things is causing your self-care to be off the roof because you're stressing out now. It's off the charts. People are frustrated. Do you all realize strokes and heart attacks have increased? You also got people going through the after effects from the pandemic. You got single mothers out here trying to make ends meet. You have households where there are 2 people in the household, but they're struggling, y'all. So this is affecting your self-care. And also, I got a email talk about when you're married and you as the woman got to carry the load in the household. That's going to be a whole nother show. I'll have to devote that to a whole nother week, but I did want to mention that. So if you don't get a grip on your self-care, the quality of your life will be miserable, unpleasant, and miserable. Again, that's just my opinion. Some of you may disagree with that because your life is good, and that is great. But I'm speaking directly to somebody today who understands what it's like to struggle, what it's like to be frustrated, what it's like to be discouraged, disappointed, depressed. I'm talking to those of you who've experienced these things and walked through them, or is currently stuck in them. You know, I want you to understand something. Also, when your self-care is out of balance, sometimes you start going to other devices. What are you talking about, Pastor KZ? Some of you know what I'm talking about. Some of you are drinking a little bit more alcohol than you normally drink. Some of you finding yourself, whereas you take a social drink when you go out or to happy hour, now you're just buying the liquor and wine and keeping it in the house or ordering it. You know, when we were in the pandemic and people could order stuff at home, a lot of people admitted that their alcohol intake increased. So you're taking to other devices. If you're not doing that, you're overeating. So it's other things that is affecting your self-care. All this week, I want to talk about that. But I want to start this week off giving you an assignment, as I will give you an assignment throughout the week. And the first assignment I want you to do is I want you to make a self-care checklist. I'm going to give you a moment to write this down. A self-care checklist. And on this checklist, I want you to have labels. I want you to write emotional, physical, financial, and spiritually. We're just going to go with those categories. And under each one, I want you to write down things that you want to get a grip on and you want to work on. Your self-care checklist. Write down this list because I want you to prioritize what it is that you are going to begin to work on. Let's continue to discuss this week. Thank you all so much for watching. And remember, those of you who are not focused or have a problem staying focused, get yourself focused, get balanced, and always remember, walk in favor. I'll see you back tomorrow. We'll continue our self-care journey.